Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tiara Labibah. My student ID 2520026. I'd like to presentation about linguistic device. Linguistic device as word or phrases that convey a meaning which is different to the literal one. There are so many linguistic devices that can be used to enhance the message and that they are trying to communicate. This is important for students to grow awareness of the power of language to persuade, entertain, and inspire, as well as the power to isolate, denigrate, or marginalize people. And first one, allusion. An allusion is an indirect reference to something outside the immediate context of a speech act. Two, analogy. An analogy compares one thing with another and can provide insight into similarities that would otherwise not be apparent. 3. Anecdote. A brief spoken text narrating an interesting or amusing personal incident. The purpose of an anecdote is to reveal a truth or make a point, not just to evoke laughter. 4. Bribery. Bribery is a persuasive device commonly used in advertising, sometimes for the needs of the promotion of a product. 5. Cant. Using jargon inappropriately to create confusion in teenagers, using words that are obscure to the general population as a means of excluding others. 6. Choice of language. A speaker can choose to use the descriptive, emotive, or technical language. Okay. Then code switching. Code switching is changing or shifting back and forth between two languages. 8. Connotation. Connotation is a term to call a word that has more than just a literal meaning behind it. 9. Continuative. Continuative is used in conversation to give a signal that the speaker still wants to continue speaking. Example, Maria, are you going to seminar on Sunday? Next, emphasis. Emphasis on a word. Mr. Joe has a black. Mr. B has a black hat. 2. Mr. B has a black hat. 3. Mr. B has a black hat. 4. Mr. Joe has a black hat. Mr. Joe has a black hat. Figurative language. Figurative language refers to using words in a non-literal way. Understanding figurative language often depends on a common social background. Amphismism, hyperbole, idiom, imagery, metaphor, metonymy, personification, proverbs, rhetorical caution. And then flattery. Flattery involves an appeal to the listener's self-image. The goal is for this person to have a good image. Next, intonation. Intonation is the high or low pitch or a variation of tone when speaking in order to create varied conversation. And next, irony with humor. Irony is a pronunciation or a sentence that has a contrast with reality and expectation with what is said and what is meant. Irrelevance. Irrelevant includes points or arguments that are not based on the main idea, the purpose of which is to distract the listener or viewer. And next, jargon. Jargon is the use of words that are specific to a particular subject and will only be known by those who relate to that subject. Nuance. Nuance itself has the meaning of a color, shadow, expression, meaning, or feeling. Nonverbal language. A behavior that accompanies spoken language that is usually used in situation or custom or family, school, and society. Okay, next, or overgeneralization. The use of a statement whose truth is not necessarily true in all situations. And then parody, imitating someone's speech intentionally with the aim of providing entertainment and fun. And then propaganda device, the intentional use of language device to influence listener to be interested in what the speaker is talking about. Language features include pitch, volume, and tempo. These features are used to provide sound effect when speaking. Repetition. Repetition is a repeating a word or idea intentionally to clarify something, usually to clarify the words we mention. And then simile. A simile is a figure of speech that expresses the similarity of one thing to another, similarity of two things by using like or as. And then slang. The use of slang can suggest a very personal situation. Slang can be used in a formal situation to create humor. And then style shifting. Style shifting is a term used to describe a student's proficiency in varying their speech according to the situation in which it is used. And tone. Tone is the emotional message conveyed in a speech. It reflects the speaker's attitude to a given subject through to the use of emotive words with positive or negative association. And then uh, testimony. Testimony is the use of quotation from experts or people who are positively associated with a situation or product. It is used to state opinions, design, or as facts. And last, verbal language. Verbal language can be shaped to position listener towards certain belief and assumption and point of view by using judgmental and emotive language, nuance, omission, irony, and humor. Okay, uh, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.